Okay, so I just wanted to take this time to pause and remind everyone that the ends and the means must justify one another. So, what do I mean by that? We hear the phrase the ends justify the means, meaning that it doesn't matter how you get there as long as the end goal is this utopia or the end goal is this ultimate good. And that's just wrong. The ends and the means must justify one another. The ends, if the ends justifying the means, meaning that I'll do whatever I need to do to get to this end result, not okay. So an example of that would be freaking socialism or communism, at least how it's been implemented in every single country that's tried it thus far, which is the means to having this everyone's equal is taking wealth, stealing the wealth, hoarding it, and then an uneven distribution that leads to mass starvation, amongst other things. And so the means to get to this utopic end is not it's not justifiable, so don't do it. And then if the means are justified, quote unquote, but the ends are not, then the whole thing is bad. So an example with this would be the freaking mandates and the lockdowns. So it was seemingly that the means were appropriate as far as with what the type of threat was, as far as with mask mandates, supposed vaccine mandates, as far as it being, or we'll stick with just mandates and the lockdowns right now, where we find a workaround, social distance yourself by staying locked down, and all this is to eliminate a relatively, and relatively depending how you what you compare it to, a relatively deadly disease, a new outbreak that no one is prepared to address, so it would seem. And so mandates and lockdowns in order to eradicate this disease. But the ends of this method, which is for all intents and purposes meant to be good intentions, benefit of a doubt, but the end is people lacking the social connections. You're distant, like especially with kids, where they have to have their reading and their speaking stunted and delayed because they don't have the same facial recognition cues. They're not reading lips. They're not seeing how people pronounce the words, amongst other things. And so those means, the mandates and lockdowns don't justify the ends, which makes all of that not good. So the ends and the means must justify the other in order for the entire thing to be a good thing. Ends justifying the means is not enough. Just my thoughts.